Greetings, friends, and welcome to another episode of The Mistake Zone, your weekly dose of our lives and the mistakes within them. My name is Jaren Wade. Joining me, as always, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Matt Alba. Hey, Matt.
Yo.
How are you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good.
Matt, that's great. Also joining us this week, another one of my best friends in the whole wide world. And Matt, in the same room as me in the Mistake Zone HQ, Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hello, how's it going?
Mark, I'm supposed to ask you how is it going first, and then it's the whole back and forth, but it's okay.
Right.
Matt, we're recording in person in an impromptu desk. That is actually two storage bins stacked on on top of each other.
Classic.
And Mark's sitting right across from me, and I'm trying not to look in his face because I have low self-esteem.
You want me to move?
No. Well, you can't move, Mark, because the mic is set up.
What if I move like over here
mode?
so that I'm facing your monitor and you don't have to stare at me to the right?
You know,
that's all right.
When I think about it, even when we recorded at CFRE in person, I don't think we even looked at each other.
No.
we kind of just like...
No. Matt, Mark, there's actually a Shiver amiibo right behind Mark. So I'm just going to stare at that Shiver amiibo the whole time during this episode.
Is that the new one?
Unfortunately, Fire is hidden behind a vase, so I can't see Fire. Matt, I don't have Big Man.
Oh.
I don't want me to move it?
Man.
No, it's okay, Mark. It's okay. What's up, Matt?
In Splatoon Raiders, there's like three really, really like I think arguably the nicest looking outfits in the game, and they're like locked behind the Splatoon Raiders amiibos.
That's rough, Matt. I'd lend you my amiibos, but they're currently sealed. But that's okay. Actually, Matt, now that we're getting into it, have you played any more of Splatoon Raiders ever since you hit the credits?
Yes, I am still on that grind. I'm not at the end of the, I guess, like bottomless end game part yet, because I'm just grinding for parts, and that the grind in this game actually is like weird because there's no way to do targeted grinding. If you like get what I mean, where like there's no way to like specify what you want out of your grind, which I think is like kind of a shame.
That's then how do you know what to target when you're on the grind? Do you just hope for the best, or are there specific areas that give certain items that you might need, or is it just cross your fingers the whole time? You're
just crossing your fingers and hoping the whole time. I think really what you're doing is looking for density or like speed.
What are you grinding for in the game?
In the game, it has like RNG weapons, and all the weapons have like their own kind of like buffs. Like when you hit somebody, you like light them on fire and whatnot. Sort of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like kind of just like find like the best that you can.
Okay.
Fair. Matt, that sounds rough. As someone who is constantly on the Zenless Zone Zero drive disc grind.
Yep.
I know your pain, Matt. I know your pain. Now that I've opened the floodgates, and I apologize, Mark, in advance for boring you for the next couple of minutes. Matt, Zenless Zone Zero 3.1. A lot of things that we can potentially talk about. New update, new Void Hunter, and the drip marketing for 2 new characters coming in the update after this one. But Matt, speaking about those 2 characters, we have Claret, we have Roxy. I know this is supposed to be Remy and, Uma Girl's coming out party, as you will. But, Matt, the topic in the Zenless Zones community right now is yet another class is being added to the game in a more... Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the armor class, right?
Yeah, armor is being added.
So Matt, 2 questions to you. One, did MiHoYo just completely give up on the defense class?
Yeah, I think defense is dead. It's like so dead.
Matt, do you think unlocked potentials for Caesar will bring her back, or is she just Dunsky?
I don't know. I think she's Dunsky for a while. I don't see her potential coming for a bit. I don't know what her potential would be, because I feel like their issue with the defense class is that they don't know what to do with it.
So the thing you do with the defense class is introduce a new armor class for the game, which Claret will be. And that, as someone who, whenever they see double defense on their drive discs, throws them away automatically, I already feel bad. But that
Mhm.
drip marketing for Claret and Roxy, just based on what you see, how are you feeling about these two upcoming characters?
I think for both of them, I really like their like designs. I don't think I was ever planning on pulling Roxy, and based on what I've seen leaks wise, she hasn't really been that interesting to me. Claret, I'm a lot more on the fence about. Jaren, I think the fact that we have someone whose like name is Claret Flint, she works as a a blacksmith, and the fact that she does electric damage instead of fire damage is wild to me.
I do not understand why she doesn't. She's not a fire elemental type.
Mhm.
Mark, I just pulled up pictures of Claret based on her appearance alone. What vibes are you getting from her?
So she's supposed to be a blacksmith?
Yes.
Okay, I understand like the name Flint. I can see that tying into her blacksmith role, but she does not look like your typical blacksmith to me.
Here's the second thing. She's also a vampire, which I think her outfit more reflects.
Okay, yeah, that definitely reflects that.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Wait, so how much have they shown of these two new characters?
Well, Claret shows up a little bit in games so far, and
okay.
like a lot of the information that I've seen about her is just like people leaking stuff on the beta servers.
Okay. Jaren just pulled up Roxy. You want me to try to guess what kind of what role she is?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's behind her. Is that like that's not a sword, is it?
No, it's
Or it's like a giant slab. Okay, and she's holding like, is that a bomb or a grenade? Let me guess. Is she like a weapons expert or tactician? I say tactician because of her glasses.
Feel. I think she's like she's in the same faction as Claret, as like a weapons researcher as well.
Okay. So yeah, I was kind of along the right path there.
So Matt, just based off the gameplay leaks we've seen so far, it seems like Claret is the one you're probably rolling for. And as you said to me off the show, through DMs, since she is the first armor class character, you probably need to roll her just for specific content and just to have an armor character on your roster. Matt, you're rolling for her engine weapon.
I am not rolling for her engine for sure. I still am really iffy on like rolling her, to be honest. Like solely because of the fact that she's an electric DPS.
Yeah. No, I feel that. You have Sisia, and I don't have any, other than Yanagi, I don't really have any built electric units, so I might roll her just in case. But
yeah,
design wise, I like both characters, how they look. But at this point, after the 3.1 release and Remy, Matt, I have to be a bit more selective of how I roll in the upcoming. Pretty much from now until the next Void Hunter comes out in Lady Sunbringer. But now that we've spoken to her, 3.1 has come out for Zenless Zone Zero, bringing forth Remiel, the new Void Hunter. Matt, gotta talk about her. I've completely bought into Remiel propaganda, as indicated by my M2 Remy. Matt, that second roll for her, oof. I think that was one of my more rougher ones at the 86 pull. She finally came back for the +2 after losing the 50-50 previously, which also went into the 80s as well.
Damn.
Where, Matt, how are you feeling about Remy as a Void Hunter, but also from your, just kind of in your team comms right now?
I mean, I'd like Remy as a character. Like, I guess I kind of like the archetype that she, like, fills in of, like, what is it? I guess, like, like, that character who knows everything but is being mischievous about it and like, sly about it. Like, I think that's, like, always a fun archetype. As in gameplay, Jaren, she's like barely there in terms of when you're actually using her, because basically she's a set it and forget it type character. You activate her ability, she flies off, and you literally can't use her until you fulfill more conditions to like summon her back into the fight, where she just does big damage, big lights, big animation, and then you rinse and repeat.
I think we talked about this when YSG came out of what a support Void Hunter would be.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we have it in Remy, I think all the production that went behind her, I feel like she is a really flashy character.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of animations, even just to essentially tag her out, if you will. But yeah, now that we have this support Void Hunter character, and context to Mark, Void Hunters in Zenless Zone Zeros are your kind of mythical, top tier in lore, these really powerful characters. And they have to have kits to kind of match that. And for Remy just to be, as Matt said, a set it and forget it character that you tag in almost maybe once a fight is really interesting. But they make use of that few seconds you do quote unquote control her by giving her like an introduction animation to her tag out, and then having another animation when you tag her back in for a lot of animations. Remy is really animation heavy, and I think that makes sense since there's 2 costumes for her to be sold. Matt, did you buy any of Remy's costumes?
No, like I think the fact that like she shows up like so she doesn't show up that much made me less interested in buying the costumes, to be honest.
That's fair. I remember, Matt, when I rolled my first Remy at 76 pulls, I said, if I get her in my next 10 pull, I'll buy a costume. Got her in my next 10 pull for my M1, so I did the black costume. But yeah, I'm having fun with Remy just because even though she's a set it and forget it character, Mark, Matt, you know me, I'm bad at video games, so I like to brute force content, and she's helping me brute force content. So onwards to the next Void Hunter in, I guess, Lady Sunbringer at this point. But accompanying Remy in this update is just a new story chapter, a bunch of new events. Matt, in terms of the story, how far have you gotten into the latest chapter?
I have not pushed any of 3.1 story at all. I have been doing the beach event and the new Hollow event mostly.
Matt, I feel like whenever there's a new story chapter and accompanying events, I need to do the story chapter first, just because that's kind of immersion breaking to me, especially if it's a beach event. Why are these 2 characters at the beach when they supposedly hate each other during the main story? Like, I need to have that solved for me before I do anything with it. But Matt, it's a beach event. First up, how's the beach event treating you? And is it summer good times?
It's summer good times. I kind of like this event. It is basically just like a collecting minigame and then how badly can I abuse the shop interface minigame, because the collecting minigame is basically you're running around on a beach with like a vacuum and you're sucking up shells, essentially. Like that is what's happening. And that loop is like just like timed to like I think like maybe a minute and a half or something like that. And then the follow-up gameplay loop is then now you're making like necklaces or something. No, it's like wind charms or something, or out of these shells that you picked up, and you're selling them, and you know everything that you picked up has its own like, you know, like it's like a blue, pink, and yellow value, and then you have to match those values to like what your customer wants. And that's a good time because you can so badly break that mode with the other characters. And I love me when you can break a mode with within like gameplay rules.
Same. Big same. And then there's a second event that just started as well, which, Matt, is it an extraction event, or what is the new Hollow event that I haven't started yet?
We Tarkov now. Yeah, this is I think probably they did a very accurate portrayal of what a Hollow Raider that they keep talking, like they mentioned a lot in this game, where it's basically they're stringing together map assets kind of in the same way that like I guess like Diablo would have done it, where you're kind of just like running around these areas. These areas have enemies, these areas have chests, and you're kind of doing the extraction shooter thing where you're going into these chests, picking stuff up, and then, you know, fighting enemies along the way. This is sort of an endurance mode alongside everything. And then you have like a 25-minute timer to gather as much as you can, and then kind of just like find an extraction point and get out. That is basically what you're doing in the mode. And I'm kind of like hit or miss on a lot of aspects. Like the combat in this portion of the game is much more rough than anywhere else in the game. Like other than like it's very similar to high level Battle Tower, where like an enemy hit is like significant against it. It's not just like chip damage like it is in most other parts of this game. And since you're fighting a lot of enemies, you are, like I said, this is like an endurance mode as well. And you have like a timer, like your 25-minute timer is essentially like, hey, every 5 minutes you lose a chunk of max health for everybody, and it's like permanently gone until you restart the mode. And then you're getting chased down by like this dog hollow, this dog ethereal monster every so often, which I think is like a very, very like interesting ad. And I don't know, like the combat part of it I really, really like. It's the searching part of it that I don't like, because the looting is just so boring. But I don't know, the mode has a lot of hits or miss. A lot of people are very, very split on how they feel about this mode from what I've seen online.
Is it more fun than the Bamboo extraction event?
If you did not like the Bamboo extraction event, I think you're not gonna like this event a lot, especially if like the thing that bothered you was the the combat. Like I didn't like the bamboo. Oh no, sorry, not the combat. The extraction portion of it. Like I did not like the Bamboo event because it was boring extraction and boring combat. At least for me, this is boring extraction, fun combat.
Yeah, I liked the Bamboo extraction mode in theory, and you guys know me, I like an extraction game in theory, but I just don't want to deal with players griefing with me because I'm a sweet baby boy. But at the same time, I'm always curious how you do a PvE extraction mode while still making it engaging, while still having that same anxiety you would have, going into a PvP scenario, where for what it was, I still have okay memories from the Dark Zone back in the Division days when I used to do that solo dolo. And I've been trying to chase that high, Matt. I've been trying to chase that high. As much as I want to play Marathon, I feel like I need a squad for that. I'm still waiting for them to properly do a PvE mode or a proper implementation there, but we'll see, Matt. We'll see. And in terms of the events, Matt, our friend Mr. Snap is back. Matt, how do you feel about Mr. Snap being the first new Eridu friend to make it to Ross Califer?
I mean, Cecilia are really our first new Eridu friends, but I get what you mean.
Fair. But outside the main crew,
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I haven't started the event yet, so I don't know the reason that is there, but I guess like just bringing the camera there is probably a lot easier than like getting a person there.
Yeah. And I am, I think, 25% of the way through the actual story chapter. So I'm almost there. I can almost start these other events. And so far, it's a lot of setup in that first 25, as you would in an introductory portion of a chapter.
Yeah.
We do meet the childhood friends. What's her name? Trivium? Trivium? Something like that. Trivia. We meet her again. And it's just a lot of setup because you're balancing that portion of the story with the whole Remiel being a wanted fugitive in this area. So after we got a reintroduction to Trivia, now it's back to dealing with Remy. And I'm hoping that everything fleshes out and hopefully connects together, just because in terms of narrative, I think Trivia is such an interesting character to contrast against Belle and Wise. Just as, having them both coming from the Helios Academy and then her eventually working for Tops, while Belle and Wise have their own, are more free-spirited as the game presents itself, but still having that unifying bond from coming from the Helios Academy. I'm just really want to see them both interact. But Mark, now that you're here, sorry for boring you with the Zenless Zone Zero talk.
No, I have a question, actually, before you move on. What kind of game is it? Like, is it a mobile game?
It's a MiHoYo game, so it's along the same line as Genshin, where even though it is a mobile game, it's just a bigger live service experience overall. But Mark, in the game, you have your main characters Wise and Belle, and then we just learned recently that in their childhood they went to the Helios Academy, and then they had two friends who are kind of their parallel parts. One of them being Trivia, and Mark, as a wrestling fan, you know the wrestler Serpentico, right?
Yes.
And not saying this to defame, discourage, or anything for Serpentico, but in terms of match card, you would say Serpentico is towards the lower of the card, mostly like jobber's status, correct?
Yes.
So Mark,
yes.
If you're in the game, we're introduced to Wise and Belle's counterparts, one being Trivia, and then their guy best friend named Serpico. Mark, now that I have this wrestling context in my head, I can't take Serpico seriously because I'm relating him to Serpentico. And now I just think they present Serpico as the same level as Wise, Belle, and Trivia. But since I have Serpentico in my mind, I just think he's just a jobber, essentially. And spoilers,
he is.
He's dead, quote unquote.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's in line with that. Matt, is Serpico dead?
Jaren, I haven't pushed a story. I have no idea. But like while we're on the topic of like these two characters' names, Jaren, Trivia is an artificial sweetener that I've used before, so that throws me off.
Wait, hold on. Is it Truvia or Trivia?
Truvia,
yeah.
Truvia, something like that.
Okay.
Mark, we've been friends for over a decade. I barely can speak and pronounce words properly. But I don't like the name Serpico, mostly because I associated it with Serpentico, and now I can't take that seriously.
Serpico.
And I also just... Serpico is such a weird name to me, just because Wise and Belle are such normie names.
Is it like W-I-S-E or W-Y-S-E?
For Wise, it's W-I-S-E.
Oh, okay.
Or, yeah, S-E. But, yeah, that's kind of a random aside. But, yeah, the story's all over the place so far, as per usual for Zone Zero, but I'm really hoping to see it all come together. And Matt, just... Well, I really won't get into it too much, but... I think one of the things you learn early on is why Remiel is a fugitive story-wise and why she tried to kill Lady Sunbringer. And now that we know Lady Sunbringer is the next Void Hunter, you coming towards the, halfway point of the season, Matt, just off vibes right now, what are you and based on what we know about the Lady Sunbringer character being split into these three personalities, how do you think the actual Lady Sunbringer will play when we finally get she's able to be pulled in, I guess, 6 months or so?
I don't know, Jaren. I kind of am subscribing to the whole all three of them are going to be pullable and they're all going to fill different roles. And I think that's honestly really wild. But I think it'd be really cool if like they came together as one character. Like, what's that name? What was the name of that character in Heroes of the Storm who was three characters? The dwarves?
Oh, the Lost Vikings.
That's it. Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, Vikings. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Matt, that would be rough for my wallet.
For my wallet. Of course.
But yeah, Zenless Zone Zero 3.1 now. Matt, before we get away from the gacha trash fire, Nikke will be collaborating with Persona. Well, I guess by the time our friends hear this, the Nikke Persona collab will be going on right now. And Matt, at the time of recording, which is really early, once again, they announced who the characters in the collab are. And this is a collaboration with Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5. So we have one rep from each of them. From Persona 5, we have Makoto. From Persona 4, we have Yukiko. And then from Persona 3, we have August. And Matt, everyone was suspecting that this might be similar to the Evangelion banner, where you have three SSR pulls, and all three of them would be SSR units. And that normally for a collab other than Evi and Evangelion, the Nikke collabs go 2 SSRs and 1 free welfare SR unit.
Oh, okay.
And Matt, just before we get into that, Makoto, Yukiko, and August. What do you think of the selection of Persona characters they're bringing into this collab?
I think it's interesting to see Makoto and Yukiko. I guess it's like a lot more normal, and I said this to you before. I wish that they put somebody else other than I guess because to like match the kind of like odd pull that they did for the other two games.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, I think I was also of the impression that they were just going to do, like, I guess, and like, Rise or something. I don't know who the P4 rep would have been, actually. Maybe, like, Femc.
I was thinking, honestly, when you told me, or if you were to tell me Persona was collabing with Nikke, go back to the episode 69 2 seasons ago, where I low-key crashed out over how they treated Anne, but me being a hypocrite, if you were to tell me any Persona character would be a Nikke collab, I thought it would be on. Just all things considering. Plus, she has her submachine gun as her sidearm. And while you have Makoto with her revolver, she'll be a shotgun character in the game, just because there's no real revolver class. I was expecting
that's right.
What's up?
I don't know why. Yeah. Also, I don't know why I said Femc. I think I just mixed that up with Persona 3. But I forgot that they use guns. It should have been Naoto. What do I say? Yeah.
Honestly, if we were talking about who I think fits the Nikke universe and kind of the overarching themes, I thought it would be on. I thought it would be Rise, potentially Chie, just based on popularity. And I think August just being a robot android, just considering the backstory of Nikke. I believe she fits, but I was hoping for someone else as well. But not. Going back to the SSR and SRs, based on Makoto, Yukiko, and August, who do you think would be the free welfare unit?
Honestly, I feel like it would be Yukiko of the three.
Same. I think of the three, it would be Yukiko. Not August is going to be the free welfare unit, which was really surprising.
That I understand that from actually a popularity point of view, and that you would give the most popular character away, probably. But I feel like that also works counterintuitive to like how gacha games make money.
Yeah. Where I was honestly surprised when we saw that Yukiko was another SSR unit, and then August would be also just the free giveaway one. But yeah, Nikke Persona collab going on right now by the time you're hearing this. And I like Persona. I still play Nikke. CEO's stance, obsession with AI aside. But other than that, Mark, sorry for dragging you to the Gacha Gang corner, but you had a busy night last night. Mark, how was your Saturday from 2 weeks ago from by the time this comes out?
My Saturday was amazing. I am still recovering from last night because my knees and my feet hurt.
Oh no.
My voice was almost gone because last night I went to the Yoasobi concert. And it was amazing. It was a great light show. The crowd was so electric. I may not sound so enthusiastic right now, but that's because I'm exhausted. But I had an amazing time. I was just jumping the entire, most of the time, not the entire time, which is why I'm hurting so much. Yeah, it was so good. Akira, there were barely any breaks between the singing. I was so surprised. Coming from seeing other artists from a K-pop concert or even Ariana Grande, there are always little breaks in between these acts that they do, but it was pretty much straight through up until the encore, where there was a 5-10 minute break, and they came back on. They finished the show with 2 more songs, and then it was done, and it was amazing. I thought I was beforehand. I also drank, so I thought, okay, I'll probably wait till they speak so I can go to the bathroom. But no, they spoke once, but I didn't have to go. But then I was just so engaged with the whole thing, and it was just an amazing time.
Man.
The only thing I'm bummed about was that I couldn't get any merch because the lines are so long.
Damn.
And apparently, like, the city exclusive T-shirts were sold out like instantly, or like all the VIP people got it like earlier in the day. And the only other bad thing, and I hope no one who went to the shows is listening, but man, you know that stereotype with weebs and how like, or okay, you know that Yu-Gi-Oh stereotype,
Okay.
where like they encourage players to bathe. Oof. There was a little bit of that last night.
Not you hate to hear it. You hate to hear it where this stereotype still follows us in the DGen community. Where boys, I'll be honest, I'm heavily paranoid that I smell all the time.
Me too.
You being friends with me, you have signed a friendship contract. But once again, I'm a sweet baby boy. But if I ever smell, you guys are obligated to tell me I smell, even though I'll probably cry in front of you and be really embarrassed. So if I ever smell, you have permission. No, you don't have permission. You're obligated to tell me I smell, and then I'll run away in tears.
Just so you know, Jaren, you don't smell right now.
Right now.
By the time I leave, March is going to be telling that, his house actually really smells a lot. But no, that sounds like a good time, Mark. In terms of just overall performance, what were any standout songs that you were just hyped to hear live?
So I was waiting to hear Idol live,
of course.
And I was surprised that was actually their first song that they opened with. But it was a good way to hype up the crowd. And then right after they did, I forget the Japanese name, but it was the theme song for Gundam, Witch from Mercury. And oh, it was so good. I totally forgot that they did one of the theme songs for that. I was like, oh my god, they're right. That is them. And I also heard like people in the crowd are just like, wait, this is them? And then I think another song where they did for an anime, people are just like, holy crap, this was them too. But yeah, no, it was great. It was so energetic. And I think the encore they did, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but it's Adrena. And then the other one was, I forget. I actually wrote it down because I figured I'd talk about it. It was Yoru ni Kakeru.
Of course.
Classic.
Which, yes, of course. So I'm glad I was like, how come they're not doing it yet? Like, and then once they pulled it out during the encore, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Honestly, if Idol is not going to be your encore, I'm pretty sure that's going to be your encore at this point. But I guess my final question, in terms of just overall production, stage design, do you have any thoughts on that as well?
You know what? Like, musically, it was great. Stage design, I mean, I've definitely seen better. It was essentially just like a black stage with like that long, I guess, I don't know what you even call it, where they just walk through.
Yeah.
But even then, it was still kind of short. Like, it wasn't at like the Scotiabank Arena. It was at the TD Stadium in Hamilton. So it's a smaller venue overall. But what made up for the design of the stage was just the light show that accompanied it.
Okay.
Like, there was like a really cool light / laser show, and then there were the visuals on the screen. And it made the whole production pretty special. Like, on the side screen, where you'd see Ikura singing, there'd be like little emojis, like hearts and all these other little fun emoticons that would like pop up. And I thought that was really cute. And the only other thing is, whenever they would speak to the audience, it'd just be in Japanese, so I couldn't really understand much what they were saying. But there was one point for like 2 minutes where they'd have little subtitles whenever they were speaking, and you're just like, oh my god, there's subtitles. Like, was that there this whole time? And then it stopped after that. And once they started speaking Japanese again, it just that did not come up ever again. No. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And shout out to them, just because I know earlier in the day their flight from New York was canceled, so they just did the drive over.
Yeah, they even mentioned it during the show. They're just like, yeah, so yesterday our flight was canceled, but then we drove here all the way from New York. It took 8 hours. And everyone was just like, oh.
Gotta play it up. Wow. Is the WestJet strike still happening?
I think there was a temporary agreement.
Okay.
But I'm going to assume it was a WestJet flight that was canceled.
Fair. Matt, if you were them, what are you doing on that 8-hour car ride?
I mean, I don't know. I would just stare out the window. I feel like I don't like sleeping on like those long kind of rides, but maybe I would. I guess it depends on the time.
I mean, I assume they had a tour bus.
Oh yeah, they probably have a bunch.
There were buses outside of the stadium, but like 8 hours is a long. They were just like, oh yeah, like we got here earlier this morning. I'm like, wow, how do you even do sound check? Like if you're so tired.
Why do I think they just drove in a rented minivan? I don't know. Maybe that's how broken my brain is. Mark, speaking of concerts, you also went to Ariana Grande last week as well.
I did.
I guess a few weeks ago now.
So it's been like 3 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh, it was so good. I went with my niece, and we had a great time. We did she really wanted to do TikTok transitions to make the whole experience worth it. And yeah, it was great. She's amazing live. I've seen her, which is weird to say. Like I saw her like a decade ago when she was in Toronto.
Yeah.
And to see her now, how she's evolved as a singer is pretty great. And to see everyone just singing and chanting along with her throughout the performances was great. I mean, it was kind of hampered by the whole thing in the media where people are just talking about like how she looks.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
It's awful. And then she also even announced that after this tour, she's going on like a little hiatus. Like she's not going to be. She's supposed to do an off-Broadway show, but she's not doing that anymore because of quote unquote public scrutiny about her appearance, which is awful. But she was really great. She was very playful with the crowd, and people loved her. And you are seeing a lot of support for her, which is kind of weird because I don't know, not to go on a tangent, but people are making fun of her and how she looks, and like they're really like going hard on it. Whereas like on the opposite end, the guy like Somber, he looks the same, but people are like, oh my god, like he's so cute. Like they're not scrutinizing him for that, and it's just, I don't know, it really rubs me the wrong way. But anyways,
well, it sucks to hear, but
she was great. She was amazing. It was great to see her live. I'm glad to have seen her live again because I know she's not going to be doing this for a while, or so she says. So yeah, that was great. It's going to be a summer of concerts for me.
Same with me as well. But Mark, one more thing about the Ariana show. I know you did some giveaways for.
Yes.
I know last time, or one of the previous episodes, you were talking about making these custom BTS Pokemon cards for the upcoming BTS show. Yes. I got to see you make those in person. That was really cool. And then you also did some Ariana ones. Mark, can you tell us about the Ariana ones you made?
Yeah.
And how, when giving those out, how they were received?
Yeah, so for the Ariana Grande concert, I made cards as well. But it was a very deep pull because a long time ago, Ariana Grande was a character in the mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So I pulled her sprites from that game and I made them into Final Fantasy TCG cards. And during the concert, I would give them out to people who I thought, had like great costumes, or, if they compliment my niece with like what she was wearing, like it'd be like, oh, cool, here, have this. Or like, if someone would take our picture, it'd be like, okay, thank you so much. Here's like a little freebie. And like the reception was great, to be honest. Like I was so surprised, because going to a lot of K-pop concerts, these little giveaways / freebies are the norm. So when people were just so surprised, they're just like, do you want money for this? I'm like, no. Like, this is just a giveaway. Like, I'm just giving these out to people who go to the concert. They're just like, what? This is so cool. Like, you should just sell these. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess I can, but like, yeah, it was wild to hear that reaction. But it was great. Like, it was well received. So I love that. I'm very appreciative of that.
I was wondering what your method was for like giving it away. Yeah. I was wondering if you were gonna try to like, oh, you look like you knew Ariana Grande was in like a Final Fantasy.
There was one person who took our picture. He was taking a picture of his girlfriend, and I was just like, hey, like, do you mind taking a picture of me and my niece in front of the stage? He's like, yeah, of course. And so after he took the picture, I gave him the card, and he's just like he looked at the artwork on the front. He didn't even see the back. Yeah. He was like, is this from Brave Exvius? I'm like, oh my god, you know what Brave Exvius is? He's like, oh my god, I was so obsessed with this game. I'm so excited for Resonance coming out in November. I'm like, nice. Here's another card. Nice.
Oh man. So Mark, since we barely talk about arts and crafts on this show, how do you go about making your BTS and your Ariana cards?
So for these cards, essentially what I did is I just designed them in Photoshop. And then I just, I designed them to the same size of what a standard Pokemon or Final Fantasy TCG card is. Mm-hmm. And then I just cut them up, and then I take old bulk Pokemon or Final Fantasy cards, and I just align the sticker that I printed the artwork on with the card, and then I just clean it up by just cutting it, and then I have like a little paper corner cutter that'll just cut the corners into like a curved shape. Yeah. And then I just put it into a penny sleeve and then hand them out.
That sounds really fun. I'm really curious to see the reception to the BTS ones you made. You made a lot.
I did make a lot. I am going to both nights, so I did need to make a lot for both. I think in total I have like 120.
Oh.
But the only thing that I didn't do for the Ariana one is I didn't put like my business card.
Oh,
so Mark, I know. I didn't have time, so I'm gonna do that for the BTS.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And the only reason why I did this is because I was inspired by someone who gave me a Twice Pokemon card earlier this year when I went to the Twice concert.
Fair. Oh, man. That's fun. Mark, out and about. Couldn't be me. We've gone to a lot of concerts this year already, but we're leaving before the encore just so we can get home at a reasonable time. Mark, you met, for context, Mark stayed with us for like a few days now, and I have exposed myself to how boring I am in person.
No.
Where
he lives a great life.
Great life? You mean me playing HoloLive Dreams while we watch baseball? But
can I speak about what I've been playing?
Yes.
Or what I want to play?
Okay.
So you know how Pokopia has the expansion?
Yes.
With the bubbly basin town?
Oh man,
I really want to play it. I really, really, really want to play it. However, I have limited myself. Like, I promised myself I will not play, and you can have this on record. You have this in recording. I will not play the new Pokemon Pokopia expansion or Bubbly Basin until I finish Mixtape.
Oh man.
Okay, so last night when I got home from the concert, I turned on my Switch. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try playing Mixtape. I turned it on, and then I forgot what the character's name is. She started saying something. I was like, I'm kind of tired, so I just turned it off. I couldn't. So you know what? If I really want to play the Pokopia expansion, I will have to play. I will have to finish Mixtape. Okay, Jaren, you have to stop me if you see me playing Pokopia, or you have to ask me if I finish Mixtape.
You're obligated.
How do you think Mark feels about his new paperweight?
Oh man, yeah, we should do like Mixtape updates whenever Mark is on the episode.
That's rough, Mark. That's rough.
I really want to play the new expansion.
Do you remember where you are in Mixtape?
Where am I? I think they escaped that house party.
Oh, and the cart. Yeah, that's like,
and then they were like,
that's the start of the game, dude.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's not even. I'm pretty sure it's like track 7.
Oh, man.
And isn't there like 30
You're like
tracks?
1/3 there of the way, Mark. You literally could have finished this on your flight.
Uh-huh.
I was sleeping.
Mark, just hit home and then press X to turn off the game and just don't return to it. Mark, you're wearing an X-Men shirt. That's what you need to do to the icon on your home screen and just move on.
It's really funny because I have like this huge backlog of games that I haven't finished, yet I want to power through mixtapes because I need it to be done with.
You're literally torturing yourself playing a game you don't want to play
At least
with characters you don't like.
Uh-huh.
It's just a short game.
Though? It seriously feels like it's such a long
Oh yeah, it does.
I literally. This is. I feel the same way when I'm talking to my coworker who has so many issues with Obsession. My movie of the year, just because it just doesn't logically make sense, and it's like I don't want to talk to you about Obsession right now. And being in a room full of people who are not fans of Mixtape, Mark, just press X.
Wait, hold on. Did everyone play Mixtape on the Mistake Zone?
Yeah, and there was an episode.
And did everyone like it?
No.
I liked it. Julian liked it. Rakush was positive on it. Matt,
I was middling.
Matt is in your camp.
I was middling.
Okay.
Matt was on mixed tape for that game. Where, so yes, mixtape available now. If you're a specific person who had a specific childhood, maybe check it out. Oh man, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, I feel like we need to be topical a bit. Speaking about Pokemon, speaking about Game Freak, I've played some of the Beast of Reincarnation, and this is something that I'll be honest. This was something that previewed well.
Yes.
To the point where, you know me, boys, if I see something with a okay launch discount, I'll bite the bullet. Where after the previews came out and people were generally positive on Beast of Reincarnation, I thought, wow, after tax, this would be $70 Canadian. And that's essentially what a $59.99 game would have been after tax. What was it? A decade and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, I'm going to get Beast of Reincarnation just because it looks cool. Ku the dog looks like my dog. So, you know what? I'll bite the bullet here. And I got it. And then Mark, reviews came out for Beast of Reincarnation. And going to our fantasy critic, let's update that. Rakush bid on this game, and that currently is at a 75. So that's 5 points for Rakush.
Man, I should have counterpicked that. I was too scared that Game Freak would pull it out there.
I was going to too, and I was scared. Because the previews were doing so well. I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't counterpick this. I should have.
So, boys, I started Beasts of Reincarnation, and it reminds me a lot about Stellar Blade in that this game immediately screams, "Hey, I played Nier Automata and made that a really big part of my identity, but I won't tell you that it's a big part of my identity." Just because... Did you ever foresee how much of an effect a Nier Automata would have on people? Just because... I know you've been playing Stellar Blade recently as well, where just hearing that style of, music, that whimsy... background music with that female vocals that are really melancholic, just nostalgic, just kind of sad, in this seemingly post-apocalypse, not necessarily a wasteland, but with characters that really make you question what humanity is, where you get that immediately from Stellar Blade and you get that immediately from Beast of Reincarnation, where I think a lot of the criticisms I heard from when this game was reviewing was just overall the story, just how it's paced, and kind of the boss fights, where I've only played 3 hours of the game so far, And I'll be honest, I haven't really pushed the story that much, just because when you really get control of Emma and you're put into your first introductory environment, it's kind of open in the same way that the first desert area of Stellar Blade is, where you have this big, not necessarily big, but sizable area. You have all these different encampments. You have all these different places that you can kind of explore, and you're kind of just going around and finding, documents talking about the fall of humanity, finding weapons and that, like, where I'm really just going around right now trying to get my bearings in the combat, where off the bat, it is really Sekiro inspired, where even though you can see the inspirations of Sekiro had on Stellar Blade, I still feel that Stellar Blade is more character action oriented, whereas Beast of Reincarnation, this is a really parry heavy game at the start. Enemies do hit hard, where the bigger enemies can really down you in like 3 hits. And even though it is kind of an endurance when you're fighting them, they do have like a stagger meter, where if you parry enough, you can just get them into a staggered state and then you can execute them that way. And so it's a blend between that Sekiro swordplay, but then you also have Ku, your dog companion, that I think is reminiscent to the recent Final Fantasy games, Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong, where during a fight you can press Y and then the game will go into slow-mo, and then you can pick an ability for Ku to do.
Oh, I see.
Where, say, the first ability is like a fire attack, where you select that, and then you get a little quick time event where you have a circle on your screen, and then it's essentially active reloading, where you have to stop in a marker of this circle, and then if you do that, you'll get bonus damage, you'll heal a bit more. Or if you're doing a different attack that's supposed to stagger or break shields, you'll do more damage and stuff like that. So I do like the kind of interplay between Emma and Ku there. My only thing is that once you use a skill, it's on a pretty long cooldown, and you get more of Ku's MP, essentially, or resources, by parrying. So it is that give and take of, even though you can use these skills to kind of give you some breathing room, you have to be able to still be aggressive in your defense to kind of recharge those resources. And in terms of combat, there are other things. Emma and Ku do have skill trees that give you different abilities that I haven't really unlocked. But the fact is, stylistically, I really do like the overall aesthetics of the game, just because even though you have essentially these android golems that call themselves humans littered around, Emma, I'm not sure why story-wise, but she is really in tune with nature, just because when you look at Ku the dog, when you look at Emma's ponytail essentially is interweaved with these different roots. And then with Ku, his tail is also kind of like roots and like these plant motifs as well, where when you double jump, it's not your basic double jump. It's actually Emma jumping into the air and then vines coming out of the ground to lift her up. And then it can go really high and then take you to other places. Or if you see a grapple point, you hit the trigger and then she'll just extend vines to grab that point and then launch her towards there. Or if you hold that button, she'll extend a vine bridge to go in front of her for you to traverse there. So the plant motif is really cool, and just how they incorporate that to the traversal. I'm really curious just to see how much more puzzles they can do with that, and how, if I unlock enough skills, how that can actually help me with gameplay. So I've just been exploring the first area before really pushing the story, and although I've fought like 3 of the heavy enemies so far, just because there are fodder minions all about, the heavy enemies are just these more armored characters. It's the same character, guys. They have the same attack patterns. It's like one heavy swing, and then they have a 3-hit combo string, where one of the things that people were criticizing about the game is just how boring the boss fights are. And if these heavy enemies are any indication, where they only have like 2 attack strings that you have to memorize, that might be a little disappointing, but I'll report on that. But yeah, so far, just based on my limited play time, I do I can see the potential, but already I can see people say this is a good foundation. I can't wait to see what Game Freak does with the sequel, which is pretty rough when you're only starting a game in itself. And I think the difficulty is that, again, I'm being like, you only have like 3 hits from an enemy before you die. It's not punishing like a Souls game or like a FromSoft game. You don't lose anything upon death. You just get thrown back to a checkpoint, which kind of takes the stress away from the overall thing. Just in theory, you can just grind out the first as much as you can in the first areas, just because if you go to a campfire, the enemies respawn and then kind of get more abilities and attributes that way. But yeah, Beast of Reincarnation, I can see what people mean by the fundamentals are there, the foundations there. Have to play more, of course, just to see how the story pans out, but it's scratching a certain itch for me so far. But I'm really curious to see where Game Freak goes with the landing and how much more inspired by Nier it wears on its sleeve. But Matt, is this on your radar at all? And just based on what I said, considering you've been playing a lot of Stellar Blade lately, is this something that you would want to check out, or would you have to have like some time in between?
I don't think I would check it out immediately after Stellar Blade, but I am interested in checking this game out because, like, I don't know, I out of like the gameplay does sound like something I would like, and also out of curiosity and seeing what Game Freak is up to.
I know, Mark, how has Beast of Reincarnation been on your radar at all?
Kind of like it. I'm really more into it because of Game Freak's involvement. But to your point, how like, you know, you're excited to see, or you're interested to see where Game Freak's going to go with it. Has Game Freak made any sequels other than Pokemon?
Like there are like different I have like another Game Freak game on my Steam where I think they're so ingrained to, I guess, the gaming community as a whole that they are essentially just the Pokemon company.
Yeah.
Where every time they do release another game, I'm more inclined to check it out.
Yeah.
Just because, again, that Pokemon association, what else can Game Freak do? But at the same time, I feel like every time I look into another Game Freak game that isn't Pokemon, it's kind of in that middling territory.
Yeah, like the track record hasn't been like amazing. Like, I know there are some good games that they've made. Like, I think the last great game that I loved from Game Freak that wasn't Pokemon was Drill Dozer, but that was like a long time ago. I don't know if any of you remember what that.
That game was like 20 years old.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like on the Game Boy. But I mean, that was a lot of fun. But like thinking about it, I don't think they've ever done any sequel games. I don't think.
Oh man,
I don't know why I clicked Game Freak on Steam and it's showing me a Lego Party. Where I don't know if they had a hand in developing it, but I swear there was this is just taking me to the publisher. I don't know what's happening with my storefront, but yeah, it's not showing me the actual Game Freak page, which is unfortunate. This game's rated teen too, which I thought it was M for some reason, but
it looks good. I mean, I'd be interested to play it. Maybe it was on sale.
I don't know. You have a dog companion, so that's why I want to play it. I haven't tried playing it on Steam Deck yet. I probably should, but I'll probably play some more and then report back to you guys. Just kind of in the coming weeks.
Cool.
And I know we were supposed to have a brand new day. Spoilers. Have a brand new day kind of centric episode, but since Rakush was unavailable, we'll postpone that for now. But I did see that opening day in 4DX, as I mentioned a few weeks ago on the podcast. Boys, I went to a 4DX show at 10 p.m. Friday. Tell me how there was one, a baby in that theater, and two, also toddlers, another group of toddlers in that theater at 10 p.m. on a Friday at a 4DX show. Where, mind you, my phone flung out of my pocket and went across the aisle in front of me, and the girl beside me was like, "I think your phone just fell out of your pocket."
Oh no!
Friends, I like 4DX in theory, but I think by the 2-hour mark, I'm like sitting at the edge of my seat and like bracing myself just because it's like I don't want to deal with this anymore. Where. I guess, Matt, Mark, without really getting into spoilers, since we'll get into the specifics, Matt, what were your just general feelings towards Brand New Day, the new Spooderman movie?
I generally enjoyed it. There were some, I think, like weird parts in it for me without going into spoilers, but like,
Yeah.
I came out of that positively, and I was surprised at the I guess like the reveal
Yes.
in that movie.
I guess we'll just say as much that the reveal honestly made me really excited for post Secret Wars MCU, where I talk about Marvel fatigue a lot. I think when that reveal happens, I was all in. I thought actually it made me disappointed that I feel like whatever happened in Brand New Day won't really affect or appear in what happens in Doomsday. And honestly, that kind of like bummed me out just because I feel like there was such a foundation. Oh, sorry to all our friends listening. I'm going to repeat this in like 2 weeks when we talk about Brand New Day again. But I feel like it really did set something up for me to be excited for MCU as a whole. And to see, as much as I love Doctor Doom, as much as I love all of the friends coming together, I want to see more of what was started in Brand New Day, more than kind of what comes out of Doomsday. But Mark, how about you? What were your kind of general impressions of Brand New Day?
I actually loved Brand New Day. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Destin Daniel Cretton's movies, even before he did any of the MCU stuff. So having a Spider-Man movie be more emotional based as opposed to action heavy was like it was great. I absolutely loved it. And then of course that reveal, which I'm very happy that I did not get spoiled on that, because I saw it like a few days after release, and man, it got me so excited.
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited for what's coming. Especially since you alluded to it earlier in this podcast.
Actually, I'm legit shocked that the reveal wasn't spoiled for me. Where
Same.
I know Marvel was keeping that like really under wraps.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I was able to. Boys, in terms of like popular culture spoilers in general, do you think are you surprised at how exposed you are to them? Or in general, are you kind of spoiler free when it comes to kind of like these big projects? Or do you just not care enough to be spoiled?
I try to be spoiler free. Like when it comes to video games when it comes to video games, I try to go on a media hiatus when it comes to anything. Like for God of War, for example, I did not want to know anything about that game. So like I did not see any, like other than the first reveal trailer, I didn't want to see anything else. With movies, it's a little more difficult because I'm in the industry, so I have to see all of these assets that come out.
Yeah.
But I try not to, read any spoilers. Unfortunately, like with Twitter, sometimes something will pop up. I'll have to like scroll or like try to get that out of my algorithm. So it does happen, but I try to avoid them as much as I can, especially when it comes to these giant movie releases.
How about you, Matt? Are spoilers kind of in your just online sphere, or are you pretty good at avoiding anything you're interested in?
I mean, I honestly am not really one that cares about spoilers. To be honest, like there have been things that have been like spoiled for me where it makes me more interested in the thing, where it's like, oh, I want to see how they because I want to see how like they foreshadow or lead up to it or like stuff like that, because like I said on the podcast before, I only play or watch things like once. So, for me, it's almost like getting like the New Game Plus experience without having to do New Game Plus.
Fair. But yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters now, making a lot of money. But yeah, really, really excited to see where the MCU goes from here. Again, when everyone's more available, we'll have a spoiler cast episode to kind of break it down. But until then, I had fun. Matt, were you interested in the Spider-Man bucket? I know we're not technically bucket people, but maybe?
I was going to ask that too.
No, the Spider-Man bucket is so plain, I think. Like, it's not doing anything crazy.
But there was that sploosh cup. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I didn't see the cup. What was the cup?
Just look it up.
Okay.
Like a lot of people clowned on it. It was just really funny. I think it was the cup. It wasn't released in Canada, so we wouldn't have seen it in theaters. But
is it this one with like the Spider-Man dangling on the straw?
there's like a web.
I think I'm just not finding it. Oh man. No. I mean, okay, you guys see that like Slurpee cup that they're promoting
For Spider-Man?
No, not for Spider-Man. Slurpee is having its like 30th anniversary, and then at 7-Eleven they're doing a 9. That is not a cup. Sorry, I'm looking at the Spider-Man thing right now. That is not a cup. I saw that picture. I thought it was a toy. What the hell is this? How do you drink out of this? It's the web straw.
I think so. It was, I don't know. It was something like that.
That's really weird. The context of this is that Spider-Man is shooting webs into your lungs, which is crazy. But
Matt, for the Slurpee cup, isn't this like gigantic tower of a behemoth cup?
It's a 93-ounce cup. 93
it's
Slurpee
like one
cup.
of those like Long Island iced teas that they serve in Las Vegas, where you just walk down the strip and you have like this giant, this giant cup of Long Island iced tea.
Okay, this is $5.
Yes,
damn.
that's like what's wild about it is that it's $5 Canadian, which is it's crazy.
Oh, this is in Canada.
Wait, this is in Canada.
The one I saw is like
okay, guys, we're doing a taste test. We're doing a taste test.
I just assumed this was like a large in the U.S.
Because like I think the fact that they're doing it with like a like specific like it's like Mountain Dew cake flavor or something, which is like crazy. I don't know if it's cake flavor. It's Mountain Dew cake something. I think that's the name of the flavor.
Wow. That's huge.
Okay, Matt, Mark, we're going on a road trip. Rakush, get out here. Road trip to find these large Slurpees, and then we can vomit a rainbow afterwards because our tummy hurts. And but okay, something. Matt. One last question. Have you had a dollar drink this summer yet? From McDonald's?
Not specifically a dollar drink. I have had like dollar cones.
Okay. I haven't had any of the fountain, the iced coffee, or the cones. I probably should. I probably should because it's August, and as everyone knows, August is the Sunday scaries of summer, which where does the time go, friends? Where does the time go now?
I like that Rakush just responded, "What the fuck?" in response to the Spider-Man cup.
Okay.
We go. Jaren, you know, we're coming up to the end of the episode. And Jaren, it is a new season of the Mistake Zone, which we didn't like, I think, touch at the top. Jaren, are we making some sweeping changes about the formats of these episodes now?
Not gonna be 100% with you.
Oh man.
Matt, I think our Don't Match Me challenges have fallen off like recently, where I kind of don't want to do them anymore.
Okay.
Can I do one episode?
You can do it, Mark. When you think you have a good Don't Match Me challenge,
it's gonna be about Mixtape.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? The send off Don't Match Me will be whenever Mark finishes Mixtape. Oh man.
Matt, we'll go back to the lab and we'll think of a new game that will to bring to end off a Mistake Zone episode that we'll hate by the end of the season, which I'm really looking forward to.
Man.
But boys, this has been the quote-unquote season premiere of the Mistake Zone. Again, these episodes don't really change. We're just immature and we like a good 69 joke. I think they're still nice. Tune in in 66 more episodes for our failed 6-7 episode as well, because I'm still going to, beat that horse to the ground.
Jared, that's gonna be like a year and a quarter away from now.
Yeah.
Matt, Mark, by the time the 6-7 episode comes out, would the new Fast movie have come out?
Oh.
No.
Okay. Does it even have a scheduled release yet?
I think it's 2028.
Okay.
I think.
So, no to new Fast movie. Will the new Spider-Verse Spider-Verse movie be out by then?
I think that will be out by then.
Okay.
I have more faith in Spider-Verse than Fast.
Even though I can look this up, will the new Demon Slayer movie be out by then?
Ooh, I hope so.
I don't think so.
I think it is 2027, but yeah, maybe it'll be like more so towards Halloween.
Okay. Will there be a new Solo Leveling season?
Oh man, I hope so.
Probably.
But probably, yeah, because if there's gonna be nothing this year.
Okay.
Whoa! Will I finish Mixtape?
It's gonna be wild when in like season 9 we bring back one episode with a
Oh, okay, real quick. Mark, you watched the first episode of Young Girls Don't Play Fighting Games. What were your impressions?
I thought it was really funny. I didn't know what to expect because you just told me to watch the Fury show. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great. I definitely want to continue it.
Same. That's good. New King of the Hill season is actually pretty fun. I do recommend if you're honestly the last two new King of the Hill seasons. If you're a fan of King of the Hill growing up, I really recommend. This season, there's an episode where Hank gets tricked by AI Bobby, and that's good times and oddly topical.
Oh no, that's too real.
Mark, these King of the Hill episodes are like really real to the point where they were probably real to the adults when we were children and the show was like ongoing. But now that we're the old adults, it hurts. Oh
man.
I just watched an episode of the loneliness epidemic applied to Bill, and that stung as well. So. If you're looking for a new King of the Hill, I really recommend as well.
Do you guys ever just get like worried that with the amount of podcasting that we've done, it would just be so easy to lift our voices and scam our parents?
Mark, if I had to be 100% honest once again, I don't know how to have that conversation with my parents. Like, one, to bring it up, and then two, what safety word to use. If you have to remember, if I ever call you asking for money because I'm in jail, you have to ask me to repeat this one word. And if you don't, that's going to be really detrimental to how that phone call goes. So let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, that was the Mistake Zone season premiere of whatever season this is. Boys, I'm a year older now, and I forgot everything else. No. So I want to thank my best friends in the whole wide world for joining me this week. Got to thank Matt for joining me. Entertaining me talking about Zenless Zone Zero, Beast of Reincarnation, and editing this podcast. Thanks, Matt.
Hey, no, dude. As always, I want to thank you for hosting this episode. And Jaren, when you go out and get this Mountain Dew Cake Smash Slurpee, let me know.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And of course, I want to thank our other best friend in the whole wide world, Mark, for joining me this week in person. Thanks for staying. And thank you for enjoying some really good concerts. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you for having me. This is great. I can't wait to do more in person.
Hopefully the audio is okay. And if not, Matt, I apologize for you having to work around this. But again, this is another Days of Futures Past because we're recording in the past. This will come out after the Odyssey episode where yeah. So I don't know when next time we'll get together, but hopefully we'll be able to talk about Spider-Man, and hopefully we'll be talking about some 7-Eleven Slurpees and the tummy ache I had. Boys, I also want to apologize to Mark because we don't have alternative milk anymore, so we have only 1%, and that does not bode well for my stomach.
Ooh. Did you guys see that we have 6% milk now in Canada?
I saw that. I think it's only in Ontario right now, too. That's crazy.
So we'll smuggle that over province lines to Julian and see if his stomach can handle it as well.
That's just cream at this point, isn't it?
I'm curious. I want to try it. Apparently it's at just like the local TNT. And I feel like I should go and get it.
Okay, I know this is long, but boys, before we go, my TikTok algo has been serving me the quote-unquote dirty cigarette Dr. Pepper lattes. I tried making those in 2 occasions, which is Dr. Pepper, shot of espresso, and a creamer and ice. Boys, I don't know the proper ratios. Both times I did it, tasted like dirt. I don't know what TikTok's talking about, and I think they just tricked me once again.
Did you use like regular Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper Zero?
I used Dr. Pepper Zero.
Okay, that's probably why.
Okay, I'll go find some regular Dr. Pepper and report back.
Okay.
Matt. any food crimes that you're going to try before the next episode.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I bought these like Japanese curries where I don't know what exactly is different about them because it's just like curry roux boxes, but one says white and you're supposed to mix it with milk. One says red and has like shrimp on it, which I probably am not going to put into it. And one says black, and I don't know what's going on with that one.
Okay.
Interesting.
I promise. Very last thing. Boys, I have Japanese curry roux in my cupboard. That is best before April. Throw it out or roll the dice?
Yeah, throw it out.
Okay.
Just throw it.
Roll the dice. Okay. Roll the dice.
Devil and Angel on my shoulders, as per usual, on the mistake zone. Matt, please take it away.
This is the mistake zone, and except for one of them, we're all out of the Don't Match Me challenge.
One day, Mark will finish Mixtape. One day.